What's up guys? So the other day I did this fishing video and I was talking about this new Piscifun reel that I was trying out, and at the end of that video, if you stayed to the end, I gave you kind of what my thoughts were on its performance and I graded it based on some different metrics. And one of the things that I mentioned that I did not like about the reel and I had a lot of problems with was were the brakes and the reel just backlashing all day long. So I was reviewing the comments on that video and I had this message from Eric.
You say you didn't like the brakes and that you tried adjusting the reel tension knob and the dial on the side, but have you tried to use the centrifugal brake inside the right plate on the spool? I'm just saying this because on the other reviews of this reel, one of the really good features is its cast capabilities.
Once I read that comment, I knew that I needed to take a closer look at the reel and try to figure out what was going on. Let me show you the inside and what he's talking about. So this is the outside of the reel, and then you remove this cover, and this is what he's talking about. Inside here on the spool are the brakes, and let me show you how this works. So this is what the spool looks like, and you can see the numbers on here from 0 to 6. Those are your brake settings. And to change them, all you have to do is just rotate this and adjust how many brakes you want on or off. So I went to the lake to give this a try, and here's what I discovered. Somebody left a comment that I should check the brakes on the inside, which I did not do. They were set to 0.
I'm not a smart man.
I switched it to 3. And I'm going to put the cover back on now, make a few casts, and see if this does indeed make a difference with all the backlash problems I was having. I want to be fair to the company. I want to be fair in terms of doing a review. I gave it low marks. I gave it a 3 when I reviewed it, and that was just only dealing with the tension knob on the side and the dial on the other side. But now that I've got 3 brakes on, let's see what happens. Yep, see, that solved or appeared to solve the backlash problem right there. So, you know, I appreciate that comment. It gives me a chance to come down here and hopefully show you that I made a mistake. So I really do appreciate the comment that allowed me to figure out what was going on. And see, that time I cast out there, didn't really even have my thumb on, no backlash. So that's going to be a game changer for me with this reel. And I just want to point that out, just to be fair to the company. They did provide the reel to me, they sent it to me at no cost for me to try out. And it just didn't even occur to me to check that. So that's exactly what the problem was. See if I have this adjusted right when I let go. Yeah, the fall is good. I don't think I need to loosen the tension knob at all. That's in a good spot. Now, clearly not getting the distance that I was before with no brakes. That's obvious. I didn't expect to. But it did fix the backlash problem that I was having. And let's go with 2 brakes and see what happens. So the way this works is it's just a little dial that you turn on the spool. I have to get that out a little bit. Let's see, I had it on 3. So that's going to make it 2, 1, 0. And you can see the brakes changing as you go up. One, 2 clicks. Let's see what that does now. This should get me a little bit further out. Still casting effortlessly. No backlash. And see, I would have junked this reel, not even thinking that it was worth a darn. So I'm really glad that I got that comment, because that gave me a chance to try to rectify this situation. Somewhere. Oh, here we go. Yeah, there's a little, you can barely see it, but there's a little mark here. It tells you what number you're on. So you've got 0 to 6. That's all the way up. So let's try 1. See what that does. Bring this in. Okay, that time I got a little bit more backlash on 1. You can see that. It's not terrible, but it did backlash some. Got a little bit more distance, but on the 1 setting, a little bit more backlash. So let's bring this fade in and cast it one more time just to confirm. Here we go. Yeah, I can definitely tell that I probably need to at least have 2 brakes on. It hasn't really backlashed as bad as it did when obviously no brakes were on. I'll go ahead and put 2 brakes on. That's probably going to be the magic setting for this reel. Let's try it again. We'll bring that in. I did catch several fish with this reel yesterday. I wish I had known about these brakes yesterday. It would have made all the difference in my fishing, I think. I missed a couple fish that I felt I should have had. And I spent a lot of time picking out backlashes on this reel, which was pretty frustrating. So yeah, this is going to be a follow-up video just to correct the grade that I initially gave this. I'm going to go ahead and take this bait off. I brought some Senkos down here with me. I wasn't really down here to fish so much in terms of catching fish as I was just excited to get down here and see if this is what the problem was, and it absolutely was. We just had a hit. There we go. Oh man. Crap. Lost him. He didn't have it all the way. Maybe I can get him to hit it again.
So this is one of those times where I learned a big lesson. I put out a video without truly understanding everything I needed to know about the reel before I reviewed it. That was probably a little disingenuous to you all, my viewers, and to the company that sent me this reel to give it a test. So for that, I apologize. That was a constructive comment, Eric. I really appreciate it, because that gave me a chance to go figure out exactly what was going on with this reel. So I'm happy to say that this reel is going to be one that joins my arsenal for this year. It's one that I intend to use. There's nothing at all wrong with the reel. It works perfectly. And I am definitely changing the grade that I gave this in terms of the brakes from a 3, I'll bump it up to a 10, because after I figured this out,
and took it apart and saw what he was talking about, you know, I realized that I wasn't backlashing anymore, and it just made all the difference in the reel. So my initial rating on this reel was 6.5, and learning how to use the brakes definitely is going to bump this back up to 8.25, because that rating that I gave it on the brakes is going from a 3 to a 10. There's nothing wrong. In fact, they're really, really pretty good. I wouldn't have any problem dropping $70 for this reel. I'm not paid by Piscifun to say that, nor are they one of my sponsors. They just sent me a reel to try, and this is what I'm giving you is just my honest opinion. So anyway, I appreciate you guys watching, and I hope that this video made sense. And for me, it was a learning lesson, and I appreciate you guys watching. We'll see you soon. Thanks.